Hello, hello. This is the Awful and Awesome Entertainment Rap, episode 295. This is Rajyasree, and with me, I have.
I was about to say, Nanika, you look different today.
Yeah,
But
it's like I'm in shade, and someone came and hacked off all my hair also, and I aged rapidly in a week. So, worse things have been known to happen to people, so it's fine. So as a just so for people who are listening and watching, I have a really horrible cold and cough and flu. So if I'm sounding horrible or I'm talking some nonsense, we blame it all on the flu.
sure, let's
Okay.
do that. Yes.
Yeah. So today we have two films. One short film, which is not by Royal, what is that? Royal Stag. It's a different
Yeah.
kind of short film. And we actually have two documentaries which are there. One is a documentary series. And
Yes.
no, that's three documentaries then. Caught Out.
Kind of, yes. Caught
Yeah.
Out is also a documentary, but it's a documentary film.
Yeah, so we are slightly more intellectual than usual today because that must have to do with the fact that Raghunandan is not here. So we can't help but be intellectual
Yeah.
immediately, right? So,
There's no Deepika film for him to fawn over, so
yeah,
we can talk about real matters.
and no Punjabi songs for us to be forced to listen to also. So
Yes.
that's the other good thing.
Yeah.
And just to keep a balance in the universe, we made sure that neither one of us has watched everything we are going to discuss.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, because otherwise people will get spoiled.
I know.
We start watching everything and knowing everything about everything.
Yeah, that's right.
So, what should we start with? Abbas, what do you want to?
So let's start with All That Breathes, the
Yes.
feature documentary that was nominated for the Oscars, but unfortunately didn't win. But it has got all sorts of accolades around the world. It's made by Shaunak Sen.
Yes.
And what did you think, Rajshri?
I have to say, it is shot beautifully.
Yes, yeah.
Every little frame, every detail, that ant moving, and then you look at the puddle of water, and the puddle of water has another creature in it coming out. Then there's a reflection. It is just, even I have not seen Delhi's dirty, overgrown and sewage filled like corners looking so nice. There's that one scene where there's water flowing. It almost looks like a river. There's a wild boar walks through, and in the distance is a horse standing.
Yeah.
And the horse, and it looks like something out of like some magical wonderland, but it's hideous actually in real life. And so I thought it was spectacularly shot.
Mm.
And the other thing is that these two brothers, the boy who is, I suppose, their assistant, or
cousin,
younger
yeah,
brother,
yeah,
the younger
yeah.
Salik, and their families, the father-in-law, the father, the wife, the kid. It is just so well captured, their dedication to, and that irritation that sometimes like you're fed up of the situation.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're getting irritated with each other. It's everything that the relationship between the people and their relationship with animals and birds, like that little squirrel which pops out of his pocket
Yes.
with the auto is so cute. And it's just it's 400 hours of rough footage.
Oh, really?
Which was then cut down to 93 minutes.
Okay.
So, which is fabulous when you think of. That's the thing with documentary films. I feel, God, the patience and dedication and commitment you have to have to your story, and you hope that you will get funding, and therefore you can be patient and committed. But there are people who start on a film and then get funding, right? So
Yes.
it's just, so I loved it. I thought it's beautifully made, the story, and that whole thing of All That Breathes, you really get it in each frame. It's every disgusting little animal and insect that you'd usually cringe at. Everything is made so, like, so remarkable. It's almost like, oh, look life that way.
So it starts with this very sort of very I don't know if cringy is the right word, but this congregation of rats
Yeah.
which are going around. So I thought,
Hmm.
what I was a little confused what kind of a movie I'm in
Ah.
for. I'm like, is it going to be gross? But I think the whole idea is that even in the dirtiest of places, life still continues. There is, like you said, they zoom in on insects and snails,
Yeah.
and at one point I think worms are shown.
Yeah.
So that's the whole that's the point that the film is trying to make, that I think at one point one character says that we forget that we are also just pieces of meat.
Yeah.
So every living thing deserves to live as much as human beings. So I don't know the exact background of this, but I think they took a year and a half just to convince the family to let them shoot in their house, and many a
Which I can
times.
imagine. It's so
Exactly.
small also, that house, right?
It is
Congested. More than small, it's just congested.
congested, yes. It's so intimately shot. Many a times I was like, where is the camera placed that we are
Yeah.
getting this almost like a 360-degree view of the house? And at one point, I'm sitting in Bombay in March, but the film is shot in. There are scenes which are shot in December in Delhi, and you can see them under razais and
Yeah.
sweaters. And I'm feeling cold in March in Bombay. I'm like,
Yeah,
that.
it gives you that's what it just sucks you in, the way it's been shot, right?
Yeah.
You get pulled into you start feeling that atmosphere that is there.
Correct. And I think, incidentally, considering he's been pursuing the family for so long, there is this, subliminal thing going on, that he happens to catch the anti-CAA protests going on in the background,
Yeah.
the Delhi riots that happened in February 2020. He happens to sort of just touch upon them a little bit. So I think that there is, of course, that little subliminal thing going on, that these are Muslim characters who are
Yeah.
struggling for their survival, but it's not shoved down the throat of the
But
viewer.
it's done so subtly
It's done
that
very well.
it really makes it. So I don't know how much an international audience will get that
Correct.
the relevance of what is happening.
Yeah.
I think an Indian audience gets it more also because we've heard those slogans, we've seen those
Right.
protests
Yeah.
happening,
Yeah.
to connect it to the anti-Muslim wave that is there pretty much. I think that you require an Indian audience to, because
Little
it's
bit.
never
Yeah.
spelled out even the what would you say, the riot calls, and that
Right.
oh, please go home and all. You don't, you wouldn't get the relevance, I feel, but
Right.
for
So
an
I think there
Indian
is that,
audience.
which is why they added that one horrible visual of this man going climbing atop a mosque and taking off the flag
Yeah.
and putting a
Yeah, yeah,
saffron
yeah.
flag. I think that's why they've put it there, so that it's as clear as day that this
Yeah,
is what
that
is
this is what,
happening.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that is so well woven into the entire film.
Yes. Yeah.
Without, as it's saying, without rubbing your face in it or trying to make a point. Like the point is made without
Without spelling it out.
overt,
Yeah.
I think it's definitely worth a watch, and everyone should watch it across
Yes.
age groups. So, Tran, I think this will be out by Friday, which is the 31st. So you y'all
You
can
have a
just
few
about,
hours.
yeah, you have a few hours
starting
to
now.
catch this. So catch it and watch this, because it's definitely worth a watch. And I'm so impressed that these kind of documentary films are at least making it to an international stage from India.
You know what I realized also, because the film takes its time to get into a rhythm, and I realized how much we've gotten used to the Netflix documentary style of a hook and a twist every 10 minutes to keep us there. So it was a nice change of pace.
The rest of the podcast is only for subscribers. So, of course, you should subscribe because we are such fun. And you can hear us on News Laundry and on all the other platforms that we are on. So, see you on the other side now.
The subscription model is something that keeps News Laundry afloat, but we need hundreds of thousands of people to completely transform the news ecosystem. So you pay for news, so it serves you. So click on the link with this video, subscribe to News Laundry and pay to keep news free, और गर्व से कहो मेरे खर्च पर आज़ाद है खबरें.